Hey guys, this is the Venkatesh Fellow and you are watching Sundeep English World. In today's video, you are going to learn about different human sounds. The very first sound, laugh. You know how the children laugh, how the youngsters laugh, and even how the old people laugh. Laughter is generally made to express one's own joy. For example, ha 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 ha. It's a kind of laughter. Then giggle. Giggle is also a kind of laughter to express it in a silly way. Giggle is nothing but a silly laughter. For example, hey 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 hey. This is called giggling. Cry, and this sound is made by the children, the youngsters and the elders. Everyone makes this sound. But that crying takes place to express our sorrow. For example, the children, in order to get their demands fulfilled, they generally cry like this. Like that, children cry. And even the elderly people can't stop crying when someone is found dead. You can imagine the crying made by the humans on different occasions. Next word, sneeze. It is quite an involuntary action. Sneezing takes place at the time of our suffering from a cold, and sometimes when we inhale something pungent smell, we can't stop sneezing. Like this. Achh! Sorry. Achh! Sorry. Generally, we are supposed to keep our handkerchief across our mouth while sneezing. Achh! But in the wake of COVID-19, we are supposed to sneeze in a different way. Achh! Achh! Because the droplets that come out of our mouth or throat may not fall on the walls or on the ground or on the neighbors. We have to take every care, and we have to beg the pardon of others by simply saying, excuse me, sorry, whenever we sneeze. Then yawn is also an involuntary action or an involuntary sound made by us to express our boredom or tiredness. Generally, with a wide open mouth, we make this sound. For example, during our feeling of sleepiness, when we feel drowsy, we say, this is called yawning. Then snore. Really, when somebody snores, the people in the neighboring area are the worst sufferers. How they snore? Really, the snoring takes place. It comes out of our nose and mouth. How people snore, they generally snore by following this mode. When somebody snores, the people around the person who is sleeping, the people in the neighborhood cannot have a sound sleep. But I follow one technique because I had a better experience while I was traveling to Hyderabad, going by train. When I experienced the snoring of a neighbor in the same compartment, when that one is snoring, suddenly we can make a banging sound like this. Automatically the one who is snoring will generally, he won't wake up, but he will stop snoring. And then next, panting is also an involuntary action, an involuntary sound made by the humans after running or carrying some heavy loads, how the people pant, the panting takes place like this. A panting is nothing but a short breath. We breathe like this, like this. This is a kind of panting. Then smacking. Smacking, the sound takes place while eating. Particularly the children experience this one. While they are eating, it's a kind of licking. See, this is called smacking. Then whisper. Whisper or murmur or mutter. It is nothing but speaking quietly. To hide some information or to maintain some secrecy, we generally whisper. Instead of saying something loudly, we whisper into the ears of someone like this. Don't make a noise, sir is coming. Don't make a noise, sir is coming. This is speaking quietly. Then humming. Hum. Generally, humming is nothing but singing a tune with closed lips. Suppose I want to sing a song, I say, Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Using that tone, I generally sing instead of using with the wide open mouth, or instead of using lips openly, with the closed lips I hum the same. How? So I want to sing the same tune without opening the lips, with the closed lips. This is called humming. Next, whistling. Whistle. It is also a high sound using our lips. In order to draw the attention or divert the attention of someone, we whistle using our lips. For example, I am not good at whistling, but there are some people who use the fingers also, fingers and tongue, to make a loud whistle. And when I was a student of high school, when I went to the theatre and there was a power cut, suddenly the audience, particularly who are sitting on the floor, they start whistling. It is an indication that the power should come immediately and the film should be on. Next, sigh. It is also a human sound and it is a long, deep breath to show our pain or pleasure or relief. Suppose someone says, today's class has been cancelled. Then we have a sigh of relief. How? Today's class is cancelled. Oh, today's class is cancelled. We express our joy sometimes. Then gulp. Gulping. It is also a kind of breath. The breath that takes place quickly and deeply for want of more air. Particularly the one who is struggling for life in the ICU or in the hospital really experiences this type of gulping. For example, so this is called gulping. We make all these sounds. Most of the sounds made by the humans are involuntary and only a few sounds are made by us voluntarily. Next sound, sniffle. Sniffling is a kind of breathing the air noisily during the runny nose. Suppose I am suffering from a cold and almost my nose is running, then I sniffle very frequently. How I sniffle? Observe. This is called sniffling. Next sound, sniffing. Sniffing is also to breathe the air quite noisily through the nose to enjoy the smell of something. For example, I want to enjoy the smell of the flowers. I do like this. The flowers smell very sweetly. I say like that. Next, hiccup. It is also an involuntary sound made by the humans. It's a sharp, repeated sound made in the throat. Generally, this sound occurs at the time of taking our meal. When something gets stuck in the throat, we experience this type of hiccups. Hiccup. How we suffer from this, the sound. Our parents advise us to drink some water in order to escape from hiccups. I say, then, when we suffer from hiccups, we drink some water. Thank you. Then, coughing. It also takes place quite involuntarily. It is also the sudden sound that comes from the throat, especially during the times of our suffering from a cold. Coughing. Generally, repeatedly we cough. We are supposed to keep our handkerchief across our mouth while coughing. This is coughing. Then expectorate. It's a new term. Most of the people do not know this sound. Expectorate. It's also a kind of coughing and making phlegm that comes out of our lungs into the mouth so that we can spit out that phlegm. How? Just observe. This is called expectorate. Next, belch. Belch or burp is also a noise that comes from the stomach through the mouth. When we are satisfied with a meal or some other drink, when we take a cold drink, generally after filling our stomach with some drink, we experience this kind of belching. Belching like this. This is called belching. Next, vomit. Vomit is also, it's nothing but bringing back the food from the stomach to the mouth. Generally, the undigested food that comes out of our stomach through the mouth, we experience vomiting. Generally, most of the children suffer from vomitings like this. We are supposed to close our ears while vomiting. And you can understand the general vomiting sound. And the last one, farting. It's quite funny to hear, and we use that word fart in the informal conditions. And it's nothing but the air from the bowels that comes through the anus, means from the bottom. And for the example of farting is, and I can't do it voluntarily. It's an involuntary action. When the class is going on very seriously, when somebody in the neighborhood farts, we laugh. Some people laugh, some people keep their handkerchief across the nose, nostrils, because the foul smell comes out when somebody farts. Generally, some small children, even the first class, soon after experiencing the farting, the one who has really farted simply lies by closing the nostrils. This is a kind of lying that takes place among children, and that's the end of the topic. And if you are satisfied with this video, you can like it, share it, comment on it.